The Upstreamers. Strong winds have always blown across the vast Greensiff plain. Perhaps their topography has something to do with it, but the direction of the wind remains constant, irrespective of time or season, from east to west, from the horizon where the sun rises to the horizon where the sun sets. Swept by the unceasing winds, the misshapen tanks and branches of shrubs incline to the west. Tall grasses do not grow here, and the grasses that do grow or lie flat on this ground behind the westward. Caravan enders then first traverse the single road that crosses the plain. They do not come and go, they only go, moving from east to west, touching the wind at their backs. To gain distance, traverse heading west to east always through the circuitous route that lies around the southern mountain. It is much further that way, but much faster than crossing the plain head on into the wind. The road across the plain is called the wind stream, just as the flow of Great River never changed direction. The footsteps of those who the road have not changed directions in the distant past, nor are they likely to change far into the distant future, from east to west. Human shape that appears from the horizon where the sun rises disappear over the horizon where the sun sets. They never pass some common towers, with only the rarest exception. The first time she passed Caim on the wide stream, the girl was just an infant. So was my grandmother alive then? In response to the unanswerable question, Caim smiles and answers. She was, and I remember what a nice old lady she was too. Looking back on the road, the girl points toward the line of fields fading off into the distance. My grandmother crosses 7 years on her journey. Is 7 a lot? Grandma living a long time. Most people end their journey after 5 years. The people they leave behind with a little grave or they end their journey and then they keep traveling. The girl pointing down the ground where she's standing. This is as far as I have come, she said with a proud happy smile. The religion of the girl's family professes a pious belief that if they devote their life to working eastward against the flow of the wind stream, they will arrive at the most source of the stream itself. People can believe in that religion. The Upstreamers. The word carries a hint of fear and sadness, but also a taste of contempt and scorn. The Upstreamers, devoid of worldly desire, live their life for no greater purpose than traveling eastward on foot. They are free of doubt, they give birth to children en route, and they continue their journey while raising their children. When they age and the strength gives out, the journey ends, but their family journey continues. From child to grandchild to great-grandchild, the belief is carried on. The journey of the girl's family was begun by her late grandmother, who began working from the windstream western village with her son, who was then the age of the girl is now. The Upstream do not work for the entire year, of course. During the season when the winds are especially strong, from late autumn to the spring, they take up residence in various post towns scattered around the road, and earn their wages by performing tasks that the founders themselves refuse to do. Some Upstreamers choose to stay in the town, while others conversely take down people with them when they return to the road in the spring. These are people with whom they have fallen in love during the long winter, or boys with the aim of travel, or grown up but were tired of town life. Such are the reasons that towns all look upon the Upstreamers with complicated gazes. The little girl's mother was one of those who joined the journey midway, and the girl herself, some years from now, might fall in love with someone in a post town somewhere. She might choose to live in the town, or she could just as well invite her lover to join her on the road. She has no idea at the point what lies in store for her. The girl's father calls out to her, "Time to go." This brief rest is over. She seems sorry to even stand up reluctantly. "Too bad," she said, "I wish I could have talked with you more. But we have to get to the next town by the time the snow starts." Constantly exposed to the headwinds, her cheeks are red and cracked, her lips chapped, but her smile is wonderful as she wishes Caim a safe journey. It is the same smile of one who believes completely in the purpose of her life without the slightest doubt. "Will I see you again somewhere?" she asked. "Probably." Caimans was smiling back at her, but he can never match the smile of hers. He is now in the midst of a journey that will take him beyond the western end of the windstream. He heads to the battlefield as a mercenary, and the time the western battle is over, a new battle will begin in the east. It will be a long, cruel journey with nothing to believe in. When he meets the girls again along the way, Kalim's smile will have taken on even more shadow than it is now. Perhaps a parting gift of sword, the girls sing a future line for him. This wind, where does it blow from? Where does it start the journey here? Does it come from where life begins? Or does it begin where life ends? Goodbye then, the girls say. Tragedy gone. One lover step at a time, air steaming in the headwind. 10 long years had flown by the time, by one calmness with the girl. It is spring. When the grass is dotted with lovely wet flowers, she has become the wife of a young man who was staring a showy pearl in one post town. This is Master Spring here, she says, patting his full and belly fond. In a few days she will give birth to a child. She will become a mother. And your parents, Kaim asks, she's hugging her sisterhood. They're continuing their journey. I'm the only one who stayed on here. Kaim does not ask why she has done this. Continuing the journey is one way to live, and staying in a town is another. Neither can be judged to be more correct than the other. The only answer for the girl can be seen in her smiling face. But never mind about me, she said, looking at him suspiciously. You only changed one little bit from the time we met so long ago. For the 1,000-year-old Kaim, 10 years is nothing but a changing season. Some lives are like that, he says, turning to smile. Some people in this world can never go on, no matter how long they live. You look at the girl now grown into a woman and wonders again. Living through endless stages of time, is it a blessing or a curse? Kaim remarks hard the account and explanation, but the girl nods with a look of apparent understanding. Is that the case, she says? You should be the one who goes to the place where the wind begins. You will be the perfect upstreamer. She could be right, after all. The lifespan given to humans is far too short for anyone to travel against the flow of the wind stream as far as the starting point of the wind. Still, Kaim responds with a furious shake of his head. I'm not qualified to make the journey. No, anybody can be a streamer. Anybody that is want to see where the wind starts with his or her own eyes. Having said this, however, the girl adds with a touch of sadness, no one has actually seen it, though, I guess. The place where the wind begins, that place is nowhere at all. Even if after a long journey one were to arrive at the eastern end of the wind stream, the wind will be blowing there too, and not just as east wind, west wind, north wind, south wind. Winds without limit, without end. Human being who cannot live forever and daring to take a journey without end. This might be the ultimate tragedy, but it could be as well be the ultimate comedy. Kaim know one thing, however, one cannot simply dismiss that exercise in futility. How about you? Asked the girl. And you going to continue your journey soon? She thinks about this for the space of a breath, and Kaisina's in swollen belly, she cocks her head and says, I wonder, am I going to go on living the way I am now forever, or then again I might feel that the sight reached the starting point of the wind? All the upstream without exception say you can never know what might trigger a return to the journey. One day, without warning, you start off the entire town's life and start working. It is not always a matter of running into an upstream and being rolled back to the road. Plenty of people set out their own all of a sudden. The teacher of the upstreamers said that the human being harbor a desire for endless travel. They probably are not aware of the desire because it stashes away so far down their breast that it deepens the memory. The instant sometimes bring it to the surface, a person becomes an upstreamer. Even you have that desire, the girl said to Kaim. I wonder, is it true, she said? No question. The look in her eyes was straight on and free of doubt that it was the last time he met her. Facing him with that look, she pointed to her own chest. I haven't completely lost it myself, but I'm sure you're happy with your present life. Of course I am. Do you really think that they will come when you will want to set out to the journey, even if me giving up the happiness? Instead of answering, she gave him a gentle smile. Many years flew by, but every now and then something came of the girl's word, that everyone harbors a desire for endless travel. For Cain, living his life is a journey without end. In the course of this journey, he has witnessed countless death, he has also witnessed countless births. Human life is also too short, too weak and fleeting. Yet the more he dwells upon its evanescence, the more he feels inexplicably that words such as eternal and perpetual are more appropriate to life, finite as it is, than to anything else. Traveling down the windstream for the first time in many years, Cain spies the funeral of an Upstreamer, a young boy mourning that stands by the road holding out by the flower to passing travelers, and urgent time to offer up a flower to a noble soul who has made the long journey this far. Cain take a flower and ask the boy, is it a memory for family? My grandma. The boy notices his face, the image of one Cain knew so long ago. The old woman lying in their coffin must be the girl. Cain is sure of it. The Alma traveled a long time. She broke my dad with her when she was just a little boy. See that it over there? She started working from way beyond it as she got all the way here. So the girl must have set off on her journey after all, turning her back on the town life. Leaving her child by the end, she trod her way along the endless journey. Her wish to aim for the place where the wind began would be passed on to her child, her grandchild, and on to succeeding generation. To head for a land one could never hope to reach, and to do so generation after generation. This is another endless journey. Is it a tragedy? A comedy? Perhaps the strange smile on the face of the old woman is the coffin is the answer. Cain lays the flowers at her feet as an offering. These family members were traveled with her, joined together in a song for the departed. The wind, where does it blow from? Where does it start a journey here? Does it come from where life begins? Or does it begin where life ends? The wind blows. It sweeps across the vast grassland. Cain takes one long, slow step toward his destination. A very good trip, called this boy. Red and cracked as the girl were so long ago, his cheeks softened in a smile as he waved to the departing traveler.